Namaste students, my name is James Dr. Neeraj Hulia, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. So today we are going to discuss a topic that is solar ponds, and this belong to subject renewable energy and green technology. So let's start. So solar pond is a simple device for collecting and sorting solar heat. The solar pond combines the solar energy collection and sensible heat storage. So solar ponds are also called the solar salt ponds. Natural ponds convert the solar radiation into heat, but this heat is quickly lost through the convection in the pond and evaporation from its surface. So a solar pond, on the other hand, is designed to reduce the convective and evaporative heat losses so that useful amount of heat can be collected and stored. A greater salt concentration at the bottom than at the top causes the bottom water to have greater density and remains at the bottom and is also hotter. So the solar energy is absorbed uh, in deep layers and is usually trapped. So the solar ponds are useful in two ways. First, the conversion of solar energy to useful work as a result of the temperature difference between bottom and top layers of the pond. Second, the use of pond as a thermal storage medium. Okay. So the main applications of the solar ponds are the heating and cooling of buildings, power generation, agriculture crop drying, uh, desalination, industrial processes, heat production of renewable liquid fluids. So the main limitation of solar ponds are it need for large land area and requires sunny climate and also availability of the brackish water. Solar ponds may be classified into convecting and non-convecting solar ponds. So what are that? The convecting solar ponds. Convecting solar ponds reduces the heat loss by being converted a transparent membrane on the uh, or the glazing membrane as to reduce the heat loss. So glazing material for the solar pond are PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride film, and clear acrylic panels. Okay. So each pond module includes a long, narrow plastic bag measuring 5 by 60 centimeter containing water uh, 5 to 10 centimeter deep. The bag has a transparent top to allow transmission of sunlight and to prevent the evaporation losses. The bottom of the bag is black to absorb the sunlight. A layer of insulation beneath the plastic bag minimizes the heat losses to the ground, and one or two layers may be arced over the bag of water to suppress the convective and radiative losses. So in this type of solar pond, hot water is removed late in the afternoon and stored in insulated reservoirs. So the non-convecting solar ponds prevent the heat losses by inhibiting the convective forces caused by the thermal buoyancy. In convective solar ponds, the solar radiation is transmitted through the water to the bottom, so where it is absorbed. So in turn, the water adjacent to the bottom is heated. Natural buoyancy forces causes the heated water to rise, and the heat is ultimately released to the atmosphere. So in a non-convective solar ponds, the warm water is prevented from rising uh, to the surface. Non-convecting ponds may be stabilized by viscosity, a gel, or a salt. The salt gradient pond is the most common type of non-convective convective solar ponds. So, two types of the salt gradient ponds. What is the salt gradient ponds? In a salt gradient ponds, It is a mass of shallow water about 1 to 1.5 meter deep with a large collection area, okay, which acts as a heat trap. It contains the dissolved salts to generate a stable density gradient. Salts have been dissolved in a high concentration near the bottom with decreasing concentration towards the surface. The salts most commonly used for the salt gradient ponds are sodium chloride NaCl and magnesium chloride MgCl2. Uh, Part of the incident solar radiation entering the pond surface is absorbed throughout the depth, and the remainder, which penetrates the pond, is absorbed at the black bottom. Convective losses can be eliminated by the initially creating a sufficient strong salt concentration gradient. With convective suppressed, the heat is lost from the lower layers only by the conduction. So, because of its relatively low thermal conductivity, the water acts as an insulator and permits the high temperature over 90 degrees Celsius or to develop in the bottom layers. And the solar gradient ponds consist of three layers as uh, discussed. In the top layer, of the salt gradient solar pond, in the top layer the vertical convection takes place due to effect of wind evaporation. So there is no membrane or glazing covering in this pond. The next layer, which may be as much as about 1 meter thick and contains one increasing concentration of salt with increasing layer of essentially salt concentration, which provides thermal storage. And non-convecting ponds of this type have been known to have water uh, known to heat water to the boiling point. So this was about the solar ponds, and I wish to show you the ray diagram or diagrams of the solar ponds. So here I am sharing the screen for better understanding. Okay, so here you can see, okay, this is a schematic diagram of the convective solar ponds. Okay, so this is clear plastic film. The solar radiation is incidents, and this is the rays are hitting the water. And this is another schematic diagram of the shallow solar pond. Okay, so this here is the insulation 50 thickness. Here is the plastic tube, and this is the acrylic panel top which we have discussed. Now next, this is the schematic diagram of salt gradient solar pond. Okay, so surface convection layer, the lower convective storage layer, constant salt concentration is here. This is the non-convective layer, and salt concentration increases with depth. Okay, so salt concentration is here is greater, and in the upper part the salt concentration is lesser. Okay, so this was about the solar ponds. Okay, so hope you are satisfied with this visualization. If you have any query, you can write in the comment box, and I will reply, and I will resolve the issue or problem. And this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Thank you.